What's the one lifestyle that is suited for college students who create content? I've been doing this for the past 8 years and I realized that it all comes down to these 3 principles. I promise that after this video, you will be able to stay in college and at the same time strive at making content, and all doing so with having a good lifestyle. The way that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna give you the story, give you the lessons, and then I'm gonna give you the secrets of mine. So about 8 years ago, when I started publicly uploading content, it was a little bit difficult, and the problem, or the biggest problem since I started, it was if I want to actually make videos and actually compete, I have to figure out how I can balance, or figure out just a way without a balance to stay in college or stay in school at the time and actually create content. And I realized that it will not take me too long to figure out. However, it was hard at the beginning because I was only making content in vacations and weekends. And the thing with it is that, of course, it looks good and I loved when I was making content. But the thing is, that is not a competitive advantage. And if anyone does not do that and he makes content in the weeks, obviously he will beat me any day of the week. So I realized that this is a competitive workspace and I have to actually figure out ways for me to create more content without having to need a holiday or a weekend. So I did this for the first time in final year of college because I tried for years and years, it didn't work. But I realized that it all comes down to this one thing. If there is one thing that I learned on how to actually stay in college and create content at the same time of the span of almost a decade of creating content, is this one thing. Is you have to be in the right mental state. And look, before you think that this is just a BS advice or a BS video that will tell you general knowledge, no, it's nothing near that. And I promise it will all make sense in a second. So the thing with mindset, I found out that there is a shift between me actually just casually creating content in holidays and me when in the final year of high school, which is, by the way, it's the hardest, I was going all in on creating content, and at the time it was weekly. So weekly at the time, it was my biggest thing that I can do because simply I was taking so much time in the process of making, and in the week I was always working on the video and doing short form content on Instagram, on TikTok, etc. So the thing with this is, it not only gives you the chance to actually make a great video at the end of the week, it also gives you a great connection with your audience, and at the same time it gives you many chances of actually going viral, which is what happened to me. For me, my first viral video ever was actually me uploading TikTok. I uploaded one TikTok about an editing trick that I did. It got 1 million. It was completely unexpected, and I actually just did it out of fear. So I was motivated by an emotion of fear because I did it an editing trick and I found out that, well, it's a little bit risky. I have to actually make a video explaining how I did it. So I explained how I did it and that it's all editing, whatever, and here's how you can do too. And there's no harm in the video. And that video got 1 million views. But the thing is, before that, I was always consistent. I remember in that week I uploaded 10 videos every single day. I was uploading one video. Obviously this was 3-4 years ago. Now a lot of people are doing 10 videos a day. In fact, for me, I uploaded in the past month, I uploaded 100 pieces of content across all of my platforms. So now the consistency or the volumes are getting higher and higher as we are going through the social media industry, right? Because the things are just naturally expanding, and there is the competition from brands and big corporations that obviously if they have 5 people working on their short content, obviously they will get 1,000 pieces of content a month. So the thing is, if there is only one thing that I have to care about while being in college and actually making content, will actually be the goals that I put. So goals that are a little bit tricky. Because when it comes to goals, there is the goals that you have in college, there is the goals that you put yourself for college, there's the goals that you have naturally on content creation, and there's the goals that you put for yourself as a content creator. I'm going to give you all the 4 so you can comprehend it. It will all make sense in a second. For college, there's always, you have to pass the semester, you have to pass the year, you have to pass, etc., etc. The goals that you put for yourself in college is like, I want to get this degree, I want to be this, I want to whatever. Now, the goals that are in content creation is obviously you have to always be up, not go down, etc., not lose a lot of followers, always be consistent, build connection, whatever. The goals that you put yourself is like, how many videos I have uploaded this week. I have to upload this week. I have to upload this month. And the thing is, it's not always the same. It's like, for me, it changed over the years. It went from 0, it went from 1, it went from 10, it went from more, right? It went to 50 videos a week. It's like, the thing is, it depends on who you are and where's the situation you're in. 1 year ago, if I tell what I'm doing now is like in terms of volume, I would not be able to do it 1 year ago. Because this simply, it's like, the more time you spend, the more time you actually spend working on, the better you get at it. Almost a decade of me creating content, if I'm just gonna go to my first year and I'm gonna tell him some stupid knowledge, of course I can tell him something that will obviously make the way better, but the thing is, he also have to go through a lot of stages. And this is the most, like, I see a lot of people having that comparison syndrome where you compare yourself with everyone, and especially for content creators who are in college, because you see a lot of people as college students and they're thriving in content creation. And this is obviously like around the world, etc. There is not a specific example, but there is millions of them. But the thing is, because your college years are your most productive years, not because like, okay, of course you're gonna have productive years, but we're talking about your first high productive years. We're talking about your first, actually, you have the energy. So when you are in teenage years, whatever, it's like you're a little bit weird. You don't know where to put your energy. Once you get into those college years, you understand that, well, your energy, now you have the full control over it. So if you want to spend it in college, you can spend it. If you spend it on YouTube or content creation, you can do that. The thing is, from my statistics over the past decade, I realized that when I stay in college and actually create content, I'm better in both. I get more results in college, I get more results in this. As an example, about 3 years ago, it was my first hit, and it was actually my best year in college or school at the time, and also it was my best year in content. The thing is, I was getting 4 million views a month, but at the same time, I was doing college awesome. I was doing school at the time. But the thing is, it was not easy, and it was different from what people think, because I couldn't allow myself to get the negative thoughts, because I knew what I am doing. I was always reading, so I was always breeding and educating myself outside of school, and it was always being able to take those risks that most people are not. Is even right now, I talk to college students, I always feel that they always hold themselves back. And obviously this is our society and this is what we are. But the thing is, if you want to thrive in both, obviously people are just doing one of them and they can't even succeed. You want to do both, you have to know what you're signing up for. Right? So it might not be easy, it might be hard, you might be afraid, you might get criticism, you might be exhausted, you might get burned out. But the thing is, with the time, none of these matters. I don't care about criticism. I really don't feel as I'm criticized at all. And in fact, I get criticized every day. But I just don't give a fuck. That's what it is. The same thing goes with fear. I don't feel fear at all. The other day, I just like a few weeks ago, just 1 or 2 weeks actually, uploaded this video. I think it's got like 50,000 views, 30,000, I don't remember. But the thing is, got me a lot of hate from people. I realized that, well, it's just part of the process. Some people will hate you for some things, and some people will love you for others. And you should not care at all. If people love you or hate you, you understand that you're here to stay. And before you think that I'm here just giving you some bullshit advice, or it's not a good PR advice, whatever. Look, as a content creator, because for me, I've been there. When I listen to people, when I listen to criticism, I don't upload content, I stop. But the thing is, when it was miserable, when I was crying, when my mother was crying, when my family was crying, nobody was fucking with me. So I do whatever the fuck I want. Okay, almost a decade of fucking creating content. That day when I was uploading that video, I was uploading fucking 24 videos a fucking day. Of course one of them is gonna fucking get some fucking comments or controversy. So be it. It's not about the fucking video, the fucking people. It's about fucking making the work done. And if you think, or whatever, if you think that you're gonna get to some place and you have all of the fame, all of the people following you, all of the that, and you're not ready to fucking get hated, you're not fucking ready. Even like Shiraz, who's the guy who's literal brand about fame. He made fame for Logan Paul, Zendaya, Kim Kardashian, and the list goes on. He speaks about it. He speaks that controversy is just part of it. If you're unable to actually take the controversy and just hold it, you are unable to be a content creator. And I know that a lot of people will say, well, I'm not going to go into controversy. But you have to know that if you're going to stay, you have to go into controversy without you even wanting to. People just hate you for nothing, right? So for that video, there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong, okay? I'm going to even say it. There was one video that I just uploaded about 2 weeks ago, which was about me drinking Coke and trying to break the world record. That was it. And I did that and I said, follow me, maybe I meet you and we break the world record. That was it. Just like imagine how simple the idea is. Guess how many people? 33 comments, all of them hate. I was, dude. There's no point and there's no reason. The video was normal, I was normal. When I say normal, it was a fucking good video. It was based on my statistics. I found out that my most viral video on Instagram this year was actually me trying to break the world record of an energy drink. I realized that it just makes sense for me to actually remake that video with another beverage. Whether that being Coke, whether that being other stuff. Of course I'm going to do that. That's my work as a content creator. If people don't like that, then who cares? It's a business at the end of the day. It's a brand at the end of the day. But obviously it's just like one thing you have to comprehend. As a content creator, how people will know you, how people will love you, and how people hate you. And not only just in social media, but really in life. As an example, I know that in life, I know in my class, how people hate me, how people love me. And I love that. I want that. You know, I actually get more hype from that than people just not giving a fuck about me. Because if people don't give a fuck about you, probably you're no one. You don't want to be there. You want to actually make people love you or hate you. The more you have that split, people, whether they love you or hate you, you know you're authentic, right? So you say what you want, you know what you want, you do what you like, you do whatever it is, and you just keep going. And the thing is, that's really all what matters. Because if you're going to think about it, if you really want to become, like if you're doing college, you're doing content creation, you know that you want to get to some grade. So you have to also understand that to get to that grade, you have to comprehend that, well, there's costs. Your number one cost is being fucking brave. If you're going to be fearful, you will never get there. I promise. I swear to God, you will not get there. Even in the book, Think and Grow Rich, talks about bravery as a fucking chapter. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, who spent 22 years fucking studying the richest man in the world. And he was hired by the richest man in the world, Andrew Carnegie. You realize, well, it makes a lot of fucking sense. He talks about bravery and he talks about actually fears is the last chapter in the book and actually one of the greatest. And he talks about how there's 3 elements that holds everyone down from fucking being what they want. It's fear, it's doubt, it's indecision. Most likely, if you find one, you find the others. He said, well, doubt is the easiest to deal with. You just should never doubt yourself, you know? Like if you're going to do something, just do it. And that's right. You have to comprehend that. So the thing with fear and indecision are always mixed. So whenever you have indecision, you have fear. And the fear, he said that there is about 6 fears. All of them are different, and he ranked them by the frequency of them around the humans. So number 1 is the fear of poverty, then the fear of criticism, the fear of losing a loved one, the fear of death, and something like that. So it's just about 5 to 9 fears. But the thing is, you have to comprehend them and you have to read the symptoms. It's like, for me, I realized that one of the symptoms was actually in me. And I realized that fuck it, I'm not fucking brave. I'm not fucking afraid. And I just fucking deleted it. And the thing is, I always have this in my mind. And that's why most people, I told you, like, we're gonna just be there. Just do this. You just apply fucking the rules. You realize that, well, fucking people will hate you. Because people like to be comfortable. It's like, you're gonna push yourself to places that most people will not push themselves to. You're gonna make uncomfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable in most cases. You have to do stuff that you hate. You have to do stuff that make you uncomfortable. All of it. So it's just part of you just have to understand that it is the price. And you have to make it look. As one of the greatest chapters in the book, actually, Think and Grow Rich, it talks about desire. It's an entire chapter. I think chapter 4. Speaks about just desire and how actually desire is one of the most important elements. And you have to have a strong desire in order for you to actually achieve what you want. And you have to comprehend this, that the stronger your desire is, the most likely it is that you will achieve what you want. You know what Andrew Tate says? That if you really want it, you will get it. There is a reason behind that. It's like, if you really fucking want it, you will get it. It's like, what prices are you willing to pay in order for you to get what you want? And it doesn't matter what it is. For you, it might be college and content creation. If your goal is to fucking do them both, you can do them both. You just have to know that it's gonna be fucking hard. And this is just part of the process. You have to realize that, well, it is what it is, and it is part of the process, and I'm gonna do it anyway. So I might just do it great. Most people don't have that, and most people are not that, right? And you're not most people. Just by definition, if you want to be exceptional, you have to be fine with being the exception. Look, there is one thing that I learned from being almost a decade in creating content. It will be this one thing. You have to do what you want, and you have to want what you do. With creating content, you get a lot of backlash for what you do, whether that being controversy, whether that being whatever it is. You have to comprehend that you just be ready. I am ready for whatever it is, and I'm ready to kill anyone else who tries to be in my way. Of course, you're not gonna fucking do that. But the thing is, you have to be mentally fucking ready for whatever it is, because you understand what are the fucking stakes on the line, right? Or what it is. And look, I'm gonna say, look, about 3 years ago, I was very doing good on social media, right? I even dropped out from college at one point, and I was getting about 4 million views, etc. But the thing is, I was, okay, I'm gonna stop actually uploading in college. I'm gonna stop being in college and just go all in on social media. But the thing is, everything just went down, right? And I was miserable because my business just fell. I was without college and without fucking content creation, and I realized that it fucking sucks. So you don't want to be doing one thing or the other. This research shows that the people that stays at what they're doing, whether that be in job or college, and they start the startup, this is research done by Stanford or Oxford, they say that they have 33% chance or more likelihood that they will actually succeed in the startup. 33% is not easy. 33% is not something that you will get with anything really. It's like if you do anything in life, you probably are not going to get 33%. It's like, what is the one activity that will give you 33% more success rate? Probably not a lot. And one of them is actually just saying doing what you want and actually going out. And the reason why I'm saying this, because a lot of people just have this conversation and had that. I even said it to a therapist about 1 month ago. One time I was like, dude, I want to drop out of college, and right now I'm getting into these arguments with my family. My mother told me no, and I was actually going all in for like a few weeks, and I realized that it's like life or death for me. I wanted to drop out of college, so the therapist just literally just walked me out of that decision. But the thing is, it's like, I understand whatever. Not everyone have that, and I understand. It's like a lot of people are just understand that from the beginning. They don't have to go through that mental state. Just for me, I thought that I would burn all the bridges, and I realized that with burning college. I will burn the bridge. I would not burn the bridges. I'll burn me. You understand? Because you have 33% more chance to do that. And look, if you think otherwise, do whatever the fuck you want. Who gives a fuck? If you want to drop out, drop out. It's your fucking decision, it's not mine. But I told you what I have. What I've done, I don't drop out of college. In fact, tomorrow I have an exam in internship, and right now it's about 8 p.m. And tomorrow I'm gonna go 12:30 p.m. I have to be there, and I have an exam. I have a test in internship, and it is what it is. Am I fucking ready? Of course I'm fucking ready. I'm the greatest. But the thing is, just do you just do you, and be you, and be authentic in content, be authentic in college, and fucking be you. That will fucking help you, dude. And look, as I promised, now you are able to fucking stay in college, and I give you a delicious lifestyle to stay in college and actually create content. And the good thing is, you can do it from now. You don't need anything else. And what you've seen here, you can never unsee. So you might as well subscribe.